We need to let you know that what you're about to hear might be shocking. This is only for fun and learning. Inner City Press says that these are the actual statements that were spoken in a real courtroom during Sean Diddy Combs' trial. In a strange turn of events, no one saw it coming. After years of rumors, suspicions, and individuals in the music business trying to stop her, Wendy Williams, the queen of celebrity gossip, finally got to speak in federal court. Wendy is finally giving her story in front of a judge. Not only did she talk about Diddy, they were about how people in hip-hop and entertainment protected him, maintained secrets, and damaged others. From Jay-Z to R. Kelly, they have been banned from radio and had to sign papers to be quiet. Wendy brought with her dates, exact sentences, and terrible recollections. This wasn't a show about gossip on TV. This was a bomb that went off in court and everyone heard it. What she stated about Diddy, Jay-Z, and their messed-up friendship may ruin a whole business. Get ready. Wendy Williams just made the courtroom seem like her iconic purple chair. When Wendy Williams stepped into the courtroom, it didn't feel like a famous person was there. It seemed like someone who had been buried alive and then dug her way out to finally confess the truth. She wasn't there for the news. She wasn't present for the show. The media sought to quiet her for years by suing her, threatening her, banning her, and making fun of her. And all the rumors and cautions she talked about on her old radio show were part of a federal inquiry. She sat down, looked the jury in the eye, and calmly yet seriously fixed her microphone. I was never a mess. I was never angry. I never told a lie. I was early. Wendy didn't waste any time telling the court why she was there. To tell the truth under oath regarding the threats, cover-ups, bad behaviors, and patterns that she had long said Sean Diddy Combs was behind. She remarked, "When I first started talking about Diddy, I wasn't trying to hurt him. I was attempting to get folks to wake up." The people in the courtroom saw her put a stack of papers in front of her. There are printouts of old program scripts, emails from TV executives, and a timeline of everything Diddy is said to have done to stop her. She began in the early 2000s. He was safe. Everyone knew it. If you talked about Puff, you would get a call an hour later. She talked of times when station administrators cautioned her, advertisers stopped paying for her show, and threats were conveyed in covert but unmistakable ways. "Wendy, you're doing too much." They would tell Wendy, "You're going to get hurt." She said that a girl group dispatched by Diddy himself practically chased her out of a radio station. "I told them they were broke, and within hours they were waiting for me outside my building." That wasn't a coincidence. That's what planning is. Wendy talked about her job like it was a battlefield. "Every time I told the truth about Diddy, whether it was about his parties or how he handled his singers, something in my life would fall apart. A sponsor, a TV deal, and an invitation to a network are all gone." But she wouldn't give up. "You can threaten me and kick me out, but you can't delete me. And now I have to tell the truth. I hope they're listening because I won't stop until the truth is loud enough to turn off their machine." Wendy went to someone else when the lawyers asked her about Diddy's culture. She had been warning the public about Jay-Z for a long time, and her voice got sharper. "You can't talk about what Diddy did without talking about it. While he was being abused, the folks close to him smiled with him. Jay-Z is one of them." Before leaning in, Wendy's eyes stared at the jury. "Do you all remember Foxy Brown? She was 15. Jay-Z was 27 years old. He was with her all the time." She took the lyrics from Foxy's debut album. Jay-Z is said to have written the song, "Ain't No Man Like." She read it loud on purpose. "The one I got, no one can love me better." People in the courtroom were astonished. "Tell me," she said again, "why was an adult penning those words for a kid?" She went on with information that only someone in the music business would know. There are rumors that Jay picked Foxy up from high school. A man who was almost twice her age bought for her expensive presents, shopping trips, and hair treatments. This wasn't an agreement to sign a record. This was grooming. Then Wendy said something even worse. A cassette that is said to exist. For years, many said there was a tape. Foxy, Jay-Z, and Jamie Foxx. You never heard about it again. Why? Because Foxy's house was robbed all of a sudden. The tape is gone. She left the words hanging in the air. Coincidence? I don't think so. Wendy stated she was let go from her top-rated radio show not long after she suggested that Jay-Z's interactions with girls under the age of 18 ought to be looked into. They said I was toxic, but now you can see that everything I asked was worth asking. The lawyers then inquired if she had any solid evidence. Wendy nodded. Emails, call logs, and producers who pulled out of my show when I said Jay's name. She told the court that Jay-Z staff made secret calls to music business insiders to keep anyone who talked about Foxy off the list. She claimed they made me the bad guy, just for asking what any kind person would have asked. Then she spoke to the jury. Do you believe I lost sponsors because I was messy? No, I lost sponsors because I was right and they didn't want it to get out. Then came what Wendy termed the bit that no one wanted to believe. The part that made others call her a liar and a loudmouth. And much worse, she informed the court, I was the first to say it. Those weren't parties, they were missions. She was referring about the renowned freak-offs, which is now a big part of the government's case against Diddy Wendy. She said she first heard rumors about these events in the late 90s when Bad Boy Records was at its best. At the door, they took your phone. Guests signed contracts saying they wouldn't talk. There were cameras, bodyguards, and candles. People were given rooms. This wasn't a party at home. It was a custom. She talked about Karen Superhead Steffens, who informed Wendy on the air that Diddy had asked her to go to one of these parties and wanted guys to be there. Superhead was telling the truth. She told me everything. Diddy's drugs, his paranoia, and the weird arrangements. She said he was scared she would tell on him. Wendy leaned in again, and I made sure that everybody heard the interview. I kept playing it over and over because I couldn't let the reality go. She told me about other guests who had been to Diddy's parties and come back shaken. These guests were both men and women.